Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm back with this is part 2 of pricing handmade products. Okay, so this is going to be a carry-on of the last video. I will put the first video up in the cards up at the top somewhere here if you want to watch that first if you don't know what I'm talking about, because this is a carrying on video. So what we're going to do is in the first video I have put I created a PDF, and this is going to work for basically anything you make, okay? So it doesn't matter if you don't make what I make. If you make a handmade product, this will work for you. So when you are pricing your products, let's say you don't have ingredients. Let's put supplies up here instead, okay? Because really, we all have supplies that we need to make our products. So I just made some salt sizzlers, okay? So I've got pink Himalayan salts for it, and then I have 350 grams of them, and I don't know what they are off the top of my head. Let's pretend that it's 5 cents per gram. So I'm going to times that by 350, and then that would give me my price, okay? And then you do the same thing for whatever your next supply is that you've got. So, and I'm going to price this one, and then I would take my 10 cents and then times it by the 10, and then I would get my price there of what it is. So that would be like $1 or whatever. Okay, now this is why it is part 2. Okay, so you also have like the bag and then the labels, of course, and then this is where we need to continue on, because there's a lot of other factors that go into making handmade products that you need to think about. So there's, if you are on like Etsy, or if you're on eBay or Amazon or whatever your or even just your website, there's going to be fees that are associated with that. Whatever, like I know Etsy is 6%, plus they have listing fees. Okay, I'm in Australia, so it costs me about 30 to 31 cents for the listing. And then there's also going to be credit card processing fees. And when you're going into, I will just pull up the website. I just pulled up like my back order. So like for this order, for example, okay, it tells me what the fees were and the taxes. It tells me what the processing fees was and things like that. So these fees right here, I need to take into account with, I sold 3 wax melts for this order, so I need to take that into account. And right here, I apologize, I said 6%, it's 6.5%. So, and then the credit card processing fees are 3%. And then also, this is in American dollars, so it costs about 31 cents for me. So you need to go back into, like, if you're on Etsy, go to the finances tab to look for these numbers, or on eBay or whatever. There'll be some sort of cost breakdown where it tells you, and you need to keep that in account for the product. So going back here to the credit card processing fees, they said it was 3%, and then I need to, and they also calculated the listing fee into this one, and I need to just change this so that it says 6.5%. All right, so you would get those totals and then you would add them up. So, and then you also need to think about, what equipment did I need to make this product? Okay, so if you're sewing something, you've got a sewing machine at a minimum, and maybe an overlocker or whatever, like thread, needles. I sew as well, but not as a business. So I know like all the different things. So you're going to have some sort of equipment, whether if you make bath bombs, maybe you have a bath bomb press and that thing costs you like $1,000 or something like that. So you're going to have some equipment that you need to monitor, like it's called amortization, where you take the fee, the large fee, and then you break it up into smaller payments, and then you process each, like you charge a little bit to every order. So like that's kind of like an advanced that's like an advanced accounting word, but amortization is basically where you just take the cost of your equipment and then you break it down over a period of time, and you can actually do it per product. So let's say you wanted to charge like an extra dollar or a pound or whatever your currency is, um, for each product, so that you make sure that you take into account the equipment that you use. You also need to, like if you've got your own website, you're going to be doing credit card processing fees, but you've also got to pay for your domains for your websites. And maybe you have some email marketing that you've got to pay for every month, or you pay for like something like a service like Canva, and then maybe you pay for, maybe you have like an assistant or something like that. These are just examples. Maybe you have a shop somewhere and you pay for like some shop fee, like a real brick and mortar shop or something. Or maybe you just have some markets that you want to go to. Okay, so you can kind of break down. This is going to be different for absolutely everyone watching. My domain price and yours is going to be different. How much you pay for each of these things and whatever else you use to run your business. You got to think about, okay, I got to pay for, don't forget about like printer ink, you know, and paper for each order. These are all, they can be kind of like be office supplies, you know what I mean? They can be broken down into office supplies, but don't not count them in. Give yourself like 20 cents or something like that for each, for like, you know, printer ink and paper. And then so just add it up. And let's pretend that all of this is, let's say it costs me, let's say like $11 to make this product. I don't know. I haven't calculated it up because you don't need to sit here watching me do that. But do it for yourself. Think about all the different types of fees, everything that you need to run your shop. There's a lot of different things, and this is not an exhaustive list by all means. Really think about what you actually use to run your business. And then maybe when you're making this list, you decide, no, I got way too many fees. This is ridiculous. I need to get rid of some of these. And then think about what you could do. I will tell you that in 5 years of doing business, I've never used anything other than MailChimp's free software to run my email marketing, but that does not necessarily mean that that's a good thing. It just means that I've kept my email list very small on purpose. But you know, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that's an example. All right, let's say now that I've got this is my 350 gram bag of Himalayan salts, and let's pretend it cost me $11. Now, how do you calculate what you need to do? What do you charge for this product? Okay, so maybe that's a bit high, but we'll use it for this demo video, okay? Because this is just a demo video. So there's no hard and fast rule about how to do this, but there's like a couple things that you can do. You can just times it by 2 and call this your wholesale price. So that would be like $22. And then you take the wholesale price and then you times that by 2 again to get the retail price. So that would be like $44 retail. There's one way to do it. That's like a formula, okay? On this example, it's ridiculous if your product would cost $11 because no one is going to buy a $44 bag of salt sizzlers. That's crazy. But you kind of get what I'm saying. You don't have to do that, okay? I will tell you that for this example, it's ridiculous because I charge $22 is my price. but I also have not accurately calculated everything. I just chose something. So you don't want to, what I will say is that just doubling whatever your cost is not going to be a high enough price to sell your item at, but it's really up to you and how much money you want to make. What you need to know is what your cost of goods is, which is this number here. This is the total is your cost of goods. And once you have that, you can kind of choose a percentage of how much you want to earn per item. So this total should actually just be your cost of goods, because that's really what it is. Well, it kind of got lost. Hang on, fix that. It's actually your cost of goods sold, if we want to be really technical. But then you need to decide like what percentage is going to be your markup. And you've probably heard that, like markup, that word before in retail and things like that. So it's what it means is that like what percentage is this good going to be times by to get the price. So is it going to be 50% markup? So 50% of $11 is like $5.50. So is it going to be $5.50 added to $11, or do you want something more drastic like 150% markup? So you're going to be making like, well, 100% would be 22, and then 50% of that is 5.50. So do you want to be making like 27.50? I hope that's right. So think about what your percent markup is. This is not necessarily a good way to price your products, but it's a start, okay? But knowing what your cost of goods is and then choosing a percentage that you are comfortable with your markup, so that you also are accommodating in any sales that you have, right? Because if you're giving away coupons like 10% or whatever, you need to also factor in that into your pricing. So like if I gave away a 10% coupon, then I'm losing $1.10 on this sale before I even get the product. So it's actually only going to be $9.90. All right. So also think about what percentage are you giving away, like in an email incentive or things like that. And then take your cost of goods or whatever your price is and then increase it by 10% so that you're not actually losing money. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. And if you have questions or this is not clear, please leave me a comment below. I'm going to link the first video that I created, part 1, which I go over more of the supplies version of this. I will link it somewhere on the side of this video here right now. And please leave me questions below if this is confusing for you. I will clear it up as best I can in either a comment or another video if necessary. And good luck. I hope this is helpful to you. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.